Claus.
Ladio. In the tiny elevator with my big ass suitcases leaving my apartment. Emo feeling. Hey, Dom. Okay, I decided to treat myself to a night, or 2 nights, I guess, of a nice hotel or nicer hotel, because I had this like awkward gap of time between when my apartment ended and when I go fly to Copenhagen and stay in Malmo before I fly home to San Francisco. So I booked a room at the Kungl Hotel. And at first I was just gonna get like a single room. And also this was like last night at 11 p.m. I booked this and I was like having such decision fatigue. Anyway, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I feel very stressed, overwhelmed. I'm just gonna like book myself a nice room. And so I booked myself this, and it's so cute. I just walked in. Okay, mini bar, safe and robes. Oh, there's an umbrella, that's nice. And then look at the room, so cute. Carriage clock, cutest bed, ugh, cutest thing. And then there's this little window. This is right like at Stockholm, but it's very quiet up here. Look how cute. So here I will rest in peace. Let's see the bathroom. Looking very cute. Wow. This is nice. Oh wow, heated floors. Okay, hello. I got an Uber here because my suitcase is very big and heavy now, and I was like, even though this is like less than a 10-minute drive, I'm just not dealing with this suitcase on the train right now. So yeah, but now I'm very happy to be here. It's honestly like, I don't even really need this coat, it's a bit warm. But I just want to go be outside. It's a gorgeous day, and I've kind of just been like inside for the last 3 days, packing up my apartment and doing that. And now all of my stuff is shoved into my bag, so I don't need to worry about that so much. I went to Midruna earlier today and dropped off some like dishes and stuff like that. Anyway, while I was at Midruna, I got some souvenirs for people. So that's good, and then really the only thing I need to do tomorrow is like finish up getting little gifts to pack into an unknown room and wait. Like really pushing it. The view out this window is very cute. Anyway, I want to just go be outside, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, unfortunately the audio on this clip is messed up, but what I was saying was that it's surprising to me how a relatively small change in location can make an outsized impact on your sort of accessibility to different parts of the city or a different feeling. Like the hotel that I was staying in was not far at all from my apartment, but it made it feel so much closer to Skeppsholmen and that kind of area, and it was just nice to have this tiny change for the last couple of days to feel like a new perspective. This feels like robbery, but it's not. It was encouraged. I'm taking this plant to my room.
Oh my god. Okay, I have a lot of things in my hands right now, so got a blast. Okay, plant acquired. Do you see all the shit that I have in my hands right now? This is nuts. Wait, let me put this down. POV. You're the wall. Plant. I'm gonna put it right here. Honestly, the window in this room is pretty small, so I feel like it's gonna have a hard time photosynthesizing. But it's okay, it's temporary. Pretty little plant. You know who would love this? Short would love this. I will text him. I need to take some allergy medication because I'm feeling a little funny. I also bravely went out with no coat, just sweater and a turtleneck and pants. No coat premiere, very exciting. Spring is really freaking here, y'all. Flowers shooting up, little tiny leaves shooting up. Absconded with the plant in my room? Yes. I always say, I haven't filmed anything in a long time. And I look back at my videos and it turns out that I like filmed a clip the day before. I just don't remember. I need to apply some lip gloss first, okay? Because my lips are feeling chapped. Look. Okay, well, you've probably already seen it, but this is so nice. There's a little chocolate here, which I will remove before it melts. This is green tea. Problem for me because it's gonna make me feel crazy. Just gonna take the tea bag out. 2 seconds. Okay, enough glamour shots of the tea. I do kind of want a little sugar though. Oh my god, come on. How much adjusting can one person do? Much. Squall. Oh my god, the china is so pretty. Look at that. Today is Tuesday. And is that right? Yeah, Tuesday the 31st of March. So I moved out of my apartment today. Very bittersweet. And now I'm in this fine hotel. I feel like I travel a lot. Not to like new places. I just feel like I'm like going places a lot. Like I'll like go home to LA a lot, back and forth from San Francisco. But it's really, really, really rare that I stay in a hotel. Like in fact, actually the last time I think I stayed in a hotel was exactly a year ago when I went to Portland with my friend Rachel. And we did like a little DIY writing retreat, which was really nice. It was like a long weekend in Portland and we stayed at the Hoxton, which is nice. I've stayed there for work in the past. But I remember when I was there, I was like, whoa, it's like nice to be at a hotel. And obviously when I'm here, it's like kind of weird because it's like, obviously I'm traveling, but I'm like moving kind of. So then I'm always in an apartment and it just feels, it definitely feels like a treat to come to a hotel and be like, ooh, okay. And last night I was getting so overwhelmed by choice. I had a real like deep procrastination moment over the last week or two where it was just like, I'm the kind of person that when I get overwhelmed, I kind of freeze up and like shut down a little bit. And so I felt like there was just, oops, my chocolate melted. I just felt like there were too many things for me to take in all at once. And part of that was that like I intentionally set up this period of time and my flights and everything so that my apartment would end today. And then I have like 5 days before I fly back to California. And my intent was to take a little trip or just like, you know, do something with that time. Big sigh. And initially I mean, a month ago or so, I was thinking of going to Amsterdam. And then I just started feeling like, holy shit, this is way too complicated because I'm flying to San Francisco from Copenhagen. And then I was gonna have to like take all my shit and fly with it to Amsterdam and then back to Copenhagen. And I was just like, oh my God, this is getting to be way too much. And then I was really procrastinating. Like, I didn't even have this book, like, I didn't have my travel booked like a week ago. I had my travel home booked, but I didn't have this like interim bit. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I was having a really hard time just like confronting all the micro decisions. So I bit off a little bit at a time, which meant that when it came to yesterday, I knew that this period of 2 days, I knew I was going to be here and I knew I just needed to find a hotel. But then I was like looking at all these different hotels, and of course, like there's some cheaper ones. I just really wanted like a nice bed, like a nice big bed and like white sheets, you know? Anyway, somehow I found, I don't know how I didn't see, this place is more expensive than the places that I was looking at initially, but I did get a discount through, like if you become, I don't know if anybody else knows about this, but I was looking at like Best Western because they have several hotels here, and then through the Best Western website, this hotel is like a part of their like hotel, I don't know what that's called, like a hotel family or whatever. So I basically just like signed up to become a Best Western member, which is free, and then got a discounted rate on this room. It was still like kind of expensive, but I just decided like, fuck it, I'm treating myself. I was looking at these like single rooms, which of course would have been less expensive, but I just was like, I just want to like, it's been a really stressful couple of weeks with like trying to pack everything up and wrap everything up and stuff. And so I just wanted to have a nice little vacation feeling thing. And that is, I think, what I've found. So that is quite nice. I feel like I haven't chatted significantly over the last week or so, just because it's been really kind of intense, I think. I've just been saying goodbye to people over and over again, which is sad. But yeah, I've just been saying my goodbyes to all my various friends, and it's been really bittersweet, I think. I think over the course of the last month, I've been feeling pretty like stressed about the question of when and how I'll be back here. Or like the difficult thing about being here in this sort of time-bounded way is that you can't help but thinking about the end of this time. Like I've started thinking about leaving like literally a month or more ago, like a long time ago. I've been like, oh, now I'm leaving. And so that like anticipatory thing is very present. And I think also, as it seems that I am increasingly living my life kind of between two places, it's really hard not to compare them or sort of set yourself against one of them. Like, oh, well, Stockholm is better because X, or I want to be here because X. Like you kind of live your life in this weird like justification cycle, which is a little bit like, I just think it's like it takes away from your ability to just like chill in a place, because you're always thinking like, well, what is it like here and what is it like there? And it's interesting because when I'm in San Francisco, I think I definitely have talked about this in previous videos, but when I'm in San Francisco, there's a lot of like mental noise that I have that's like thinking about Stockholm. But when I'm in Stockholm, there is now increasingly like mental noise about San Francisco, but it's more about like, well, what is it going to be like when I go back, and how long is it going to be before I come back here, and what will the context of my return be, et etc., etc. Yeah, it's obviously like hard to, or it just colors your experience to be between two places. And what can sometimes happen is that when I'm in San Francisco, I sort of like shut off my, like I'm almost like, I'm not here, la 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 la, because I want to go back to Stockholm. So that's interesting. And I really feel like this time I'm like, what is going to happen in the next 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months? Like, I really don't know. It feels like a lot of change could happen. But it's also like exhausting to think about place, I think, as much as I do. I would like to think about something else. But I feel proud of myself, I guess, for making this my life, because I think I've wanted my life to be like this. So even if there are difficult parts, like, of course, it's always stressful to move, it's sad to say goodbye to people. You know, I live in this sort of realm of uncertainty in some ways, of like not knowing how long I'm going to be in a particular place or what the future holds. But yeah, I'm hugely privileged to get to have these, and I'm using big ass air quotes here, problems. I mean, they're not, I'm privileged to even have these thoughts, like to move somewhere of your own choice and accord. And yeah, I'm in a wildly privileged position, and I recognize that. It's a little past 6:30. I'm taking the book and the self and going to eat improbably. Can't wait. So excited. Tjena! Det är onsdag den 1 april idag. Och det är ju fikadags. Jag har plockat upp en bulle från Pascal här på Östermalm. Och ja, ska ha lite te till. Vad är det att jag har gjort idag? Ja, det var en liten shoppingdag för att jag behövde köpa in lite gåvor till min familj, mina kollegor, vissa vänner. Men jag har hittat typ allt nu. Det finns en person kvar som jag vill hitta någonting annat till, för att det jag har just nu är någonting att jag faktiskt köpte till mig själv. Men då tänkte jag, men det kunde vara bra till dem. Men jag vill hitta någonting lite mer omtänkt. Eller inte omtänkt, men någonting som känns att det är typ någonting att jag typ hittade till dem. If that makes sense. Ja, det är en en väldigt fin dag ute. Jag tror inte att det finns typ en moln i himlen. Alltså det är typ helt blue, va? Helt blå himmel. Ja, men jag har varit lite slow idag. Och jag vill bara lugna lite grann. Det är typ bara kanske klockan 16 redan. Men solen nu skiner som fan. Alltså ibland är det lite för mycket med solen. Alltså jag har känt mig, jag vet att det här är ju galet och jag borde inte se så. Va? Hände med min svenska? Jag borde inte se så högt för att det känns lite att jag ska typ häxa det på något sätt. Men ibland vill jag bara ha en regnig dag för att det känns att det har blivit, alltså det har varit så soligt i så länge att jag bara vill ha det lite mysigt. Ja, men jag borde inte klaga. I literally am speaking like this like bizarre combination of Swedish and English only for 3 minutes, but it feels like forever. I ended up making myself a little cup of coffee, which can only be a tremendously bad idea. Pascal. Oj, vad jag älskar. Titta. Den bara. Nej, men sockret. Okej. Ja. Så då. Men titta, nej, fan vad fint. Fan, alltså. Fikabröd, selfie. Hej, hej, hej. Alltså titta. What the fuck? Vänta, jag måste ta en jävla bild på det här för att det är så fint. Ja, nu har jag typ stylat hela min fikastund. Fortfarande har min växter här. Påsen ner. Okej, jag vill prata lite grann om alla souvenirs som jag har. Oh my god. I mean, it's almost too beautiful to eat. I actually think this is one of the best cinnamon rolls. One of the best cinnamon buns I've had. It's just so like precise. Like the sugar is precise, the egg wash, everything, or like the sugar, I don't know, it's so like dink. Wow, this coffee is not that good. It's instant with creamer, which is like kind of a double whammy. Anyway, what I wanted to say was that I spent my day getting gifts for people. I have a whole list of people that I wanted to get gifts for. And I had a few of the gifts already purchased. Like I found some good stuff yesterday. I went to the Miruna in Ropsten to drop off I think I may have already said this, but I dropped off my dishes, my cutlery, my hangers, and I ended up switching out my suitcase for a bigger one, so I took my slightly smaller one and gave that there as well. So I found some stuff at Miruna yesterday for like 3 people, and then today my plan was to go to Stadsmissionen Gamla Stan, which I did, and I found such good things. I found something for my dad, for my mom, and for my brother, and I'm so excited about those. Like, I just feel like these are like the best souvenirs I've brought home from Sweden, with the exception of last time I was here, I brought my mom home a handbell from Skansen, which I think she really liked. I think that was like a really good gift. But yeah, so I found things for my mom, my dad, and my brother at Stadsmissionen, and then I found stuff for 2 of my coworkers and just more of the like tourist kind of shops, and then I got something for another friend and for my sister at another store. But I feel so satisfied. I really feel like everybody's getting something, well, A, hopefully that they're gonna like, but B, that I'm really excited to give them. So that's good. It's like, it's always hard. I feel like it's always hard to like make peace with the last day somewhere, because you're like, what can I do to make this day like sort of like representative or like good enough? Not good enough, but like satisfying, I suppose. But I actually feel like I had a really beautiful walk last night that I think I will have inserted clips from after dinner. I just got dinner by myself and then ended up going for this long walk, and it was really, really, it was just nice. And I was kind of like going through town in a different direction than I usually do, and it was nighttime, so I felt like just the right amount of disoriented where I was kind of like, oh, where am I? Like I was able to actually see new places, which I think I may have mentioned. I think I probably mentioned this at some point earlier in the video, but it's always kind of like surprising to me how big of a difference a very small change in location can make. Just like when you have a different center, your reference points become different or something, and it's just like kind of nice to just have that little change of pace. So I went for this beautiful walk yesterday, and then today, yeah, was really just like, I need to get these gifts for people. The only thing is, I want still, even though I've like obviously bought stuff here, primarily my coat and my mittens, I don't have anything that feels like, I don't know, like a souvenir for me in some ways, which is silly because I've definitely bought stuff and I'm bringing it back with me, but I want to find, and I'm thinking maybe I can do this in Malmö, like I want to find maybe a necklace or maybe a ring, but I don't know, I have a vision of finding a necklace. And then I was also thinking, I'm always like toying with the idea of buying a pair of painted clogs. And when I was here in the summer of 2024, I bought a pair of, they're not painted, but they're just like a green clog with like punched out, basically looks like flowers on the top. And I really like those, but I kind of want another pair, but it feels a bit like over the top, and my luggage is probably almost overweight anyway. I'm gonna have to do some rearranging. So probably no clogs this time, but I do kind of hope in Malmö that I can find something that feels like a special little memento for me, because I matter too. Just spent the afternoon after I finished up with my shopping. I went to Skeppsbro for a little bit of lunch, and then I was sitting in Kungsträdgården just like soaking up the sun, and then I was also then in Humlegården for a while, and then now I'm here and I'm gonna enjoy my kanelbulle and kaffe, and then I was gonna try to take a nap, but I think that taking a nap and having a coffee are kind of two like opposing strategies, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I definitely want to go back out and be in the day once again this afternoon or evening. And then tomorrow I'll have breakfast here at the hotel, and then I need to leave my room or check out by 11, and then I fly at 3, so I'll probably just like kind of get on my way and get to the airport, I think, pretty soon after I check out. So yeah, that's my plan.
Hej då från en väldigt soligt Stockholm. Vi ses snart, så hoppas jag. Hej då!